tides are returning. Azimuth circle will carry me home. Raise the anchor, the currents are churning. Humbly slumbers under the foam. Let the ocean spray make everything glisten. Azimuth, will you not carry me home? I spindrift joggers, the wind in the mizzen. Humbly slumbers under the foam. And it's further, deeper down we go, far from Eden's undertow. Sirens sing their beckoning song. Here's where you belong. And it's further, deeper down below, far away from Eden's undertow. Sirens sing their beckoning song. Here's where you belong. Here's where you belong. Here's where you belong.
I love that effect with the water going. Wee. Now I'm gonna lean into the mic because I realized that last time.
It does say Cassie. Gosh.
Yeah, you. Not my fault.
No.
Not my fault. Not my fault. Can't blame me.
No.
Yeah, Lutra, you need to tell us about the precarious position that you were mentioning with the dog, because my imagination is lacking here. Like tightrope walking, that's what I've got. All right. So last time, disillusioned by the seemingly endless violence and corruption, little did Arild know that he was entrusted by his commander Karu the moment they set foot on the island of Amarin. Now, Amarin is a base at this point for the Black Caldera Company from the Sword Coast. Karu took his most trusted to investigate these outsiders and their so-called operations. Split up by the company quartermaster, Harold was dumped in charge of watching corpses and prisoners. It didn't take long, however, for the jaded soldier to realize the danger, especially when he spied one of his comrades being brutally murdered. And while he was on the very expected rampage, the surviving prisoners, captured by the company, made their move. The mysterious Mist and the charismatic Caspian. Should I change that? Or yeah, okay. Joined forces with an illusion mage called Haldi and helped Arild fight their way to freedom. While the ship they made their way to turned into an execution space for Arild's commander, Karu, the broken husk of a sunken ship that had previously blocked most of the harbour suddenly began to rebuild itself. Not waiting for an explanation, the heroes hopped aboard before the risen vessel moved by itself into the open sea.
That was the sound of the risen vessel.
I took the volume down, but of course on Android you don't you just turn the volume down to switch off the ringtone. No, you have to frickin' recode the frickin' thing.
Just breathe and chocolate. This is
I
how
have to be careful because if I don't watch myself, my face is gonna get turned into another freaking emote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a new
Yeah.
emote.
Yeah, no shit.
It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Ren basically said to me, "Hey, do you mind if I do this?" and show me this flicker of Dean and Sam Winchester saying, "Yeah, we're FBI guys." Flicker of the badge.
I did not.
I mean, I
I
blame myself.
sent it to you on Messenger.
I don't read those.
You laughed at it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The hell was I thinking?
I don't know.
Anyway, let's get straight to it, shall we?
Yeah.
The scene is thus. You've just recently, about a few hours ago, escaped Amarin. You're on the same mysterious vessel, which no one seems to know what the hell. It seemed to have just repaired itself out of the blue, and then is sailing on its own. And we begin with your erstwhile companion, Haldi. Obviously elvish, pointy ears. Who is currently screaming at one of you. That would be Harold.
Oh no.
You mean to tell me that you've had that pointing at something in his hand? You've had that the whole time, and you didn't say a thing. You didn't say a thing.
Well, we had rather more pressing matters to attend to at the time.
Oh, like what?
Did you not listen to the recap?
Yeah.
Ilt is Scots for Deadpool. So
It's gonna be a thing now. This isn't it? Very well.
we're moving our way through the sewers and dispatching people into them, exploding out of them, and then firing ourselves into ships of unknowns. So yes, I had rather pressing matters to attend to, as said.
You two are also on the deck. I don't think anyone's dared to go beneath deck yet.
Caspian is hanging over the rails and throwing up.
How does that sound?
I think I saw a pea come out there.
That's
You know,
fair.
you
That's
think you
fair.
have a great idea for content, and then, yeah, you've only ever heard of regrets, but you've never heard of grets, have you? No.
The first ones, yeah.
Bye.
Yes. Okay. Shall I read my letter then?
Well, if you could, if you can get the blood and blood off it, then yes.
I've read stickier. Now, I'll do it in David's voice, shall I? I was gonna just invent a voice for him, but you already had a voice for him, probably. But I'm wondering if I just make him something mental.
Just read it in your own voice.
Fine. Stongar, the mother once made me a dream to ease.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's just do it with Gary's voice, because otherwise this might get difficult. Storkar.
We're 5 minutes into the actual game section.
Can we not?
And I'm suddenly finished. That's how long it took. That's
And
what
Rick is
happened.
already giving up.
I just wanted to play a game.
Okay, I'll read it BBC. Stongar, the mother once made me a dream to ease my fears of the fall of Alaron. She bid me dive into a great dead volcano with teeth like a hound. She promised me my fears would ne'er pass if I bore no armour and took with me my most honourable and righteous mind. I fear she spoke of you. She calls to me. Don't weep. I live and die for the king. Go to Mintan's feet, find the Brezel envoy. They will know what to do. Excuse me, I must meet my killer, David Carew, AP Siligar.
I was AP. Suddenly this guy writes fantasy novels for a living, you know?
I thought you took advanced physics
Oh,
in
Jesus
an American high
Christ.
school. Yes, it's no.
Yeah, he was literally giving advice to his killer. You know, if you're going to hoist me up on the rigging, then you need some block and tackle.
Right.
Rolling it back
App
here.
Siligar.
Rolling it. This is canon now. This is canon now.
I just thought he voted for the Norwegian Labour Party, but okay. Yes.
Who?
Yes, so, I mean, I guess, should I shed some context about what I get of this? Poor David, he always had like Jungian dream analysis.
Just because you're being like this, because I can do this as the DM, I want you to roll a history. First roll of the game. I want you to roll a history check for me.
All of us?
Oh no, just him. You're too busy hurling, and Mist is probably somewhere trying to loot stuff.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
That's a
wrong.
19.
Far enough to
19.
19 history.
Oh, wow.
I've got proficiency. I've got plus, sorry, 18. Plus 2.
So Mintarn is basically Pirateville.
Pirateville. Got it.
Breezel is the place on Moray, the island which was mentioned in the prelude, which you would know, but your characters might not. But essentially, it's in lycanthropy hell, and that's where the lizard folk live.
Yep.
These two are outlanders for one sort or another, so they might not know about that.
Okay. So I explain it to them. Well,
Do you literally go over? It's like chasing Mist as she's like hiding. They're at hiding places, and then this one's throwing up. Hey, do you have a moment?
I do. I go over and I hold your hair if you've got long hair, or just like.
No,
if you-
he's got a very short crop
really
hair.
Great, I do
just
exactly
hold
the same
it.
thing. It's just
It's just
reflex
like-
at this point, where I'm just gonna go grab your head awkwardly and go. I
I-
just thought you might want to know.
I think I'm done now.
All right.
And he kind of just like slides. It's like he's just like forward back and just leaning up against the rail and it's just like
I've seen healthier people, but you're healthy enough for exposition.
What? what's Mist doing right now?
I found a chest, like, I'm trying to pick it up. Open it, like, oh, Chinese.
I didn't say nothing about no chest. You just all right, it's canon there. There is a chest. I'm
It's
just
a
gonna-
mimic. We all die.
You have to be a chest. It's a ship. It's a ship. Come on.
Well, I mean, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is, as you're doing this, it kind of goes,
Oh no.
and you see teeth and a tongue, but this mimic has been long dead.
What do you think? I said Chinese. The teeth are shiny.
Just for you, I'm gonna say one of the teeth happens to be gold
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
this, God's sake, Keen, 5 seconds in, this mimic was no ordinary mimic. This was a player. Yeah, I have no other explanation as to why a mimic might have a golden tooth. I mean, that means there's a dentist out there for mimics. Which leads me to think this is why this stream is basically ADHD friendly and also a chaotic mess. Which probably means that out there is a mimic as a dentist chair. Anyone else want to get their teeth checked anytime soon?
I like the idea that we're just
Nobody's
gonna
talking
find
about it.
weirder ones over there.
hell.
I want one with full braces. I want one with everything.
Oh my god!
Do it all.
Haldy, however, is still up on the foredeck of the ship, pointing like accusingly. You ever seen like the angry monkey from Family Guy?
Yes.
He was withholding things from us. Show them both the letter.
All right, there you go. I've read it out, so I don't need to necessarily explain it out.
Yes, this is exactly what I need. A little bit of a distraction.
Don't-
The fact that we've gone through a freaking sewer and several people were killed, and that's kind of catching up with me because I'm not used to that amount of blood and gore. But for some reason, I think my adrenaline took over. And anyway, I'm not too fond of seafaring either. Yeah, letter.
Are there full stops in that?
In the letter, they're all covered up by various kinds of viscera and other things.
She turns around and points behind the ship in the distance. You see them as like a dot, but there are definitely like two black dots on the horizon. Otherwise, this whole area east of Moonshade is just clear open sea. Disturbingly calm for once. Touch wood. They are following us.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Kina, would you like to roll a stealth check for me, please? I'm gonna give you a gimmick.
If it
That's
works.
what happens if
Gimmicks
yeah,
and
come on.
mimics. That's the.
Gimmicks and mimics.
Don't.
Wait, proficiency, don't I? Wait.
What did you get?
I got a 4 here.
Solid 4.
So this ship doesn't seem to like you.
Wait, I have 10 though with my stealth.
What?
Yeah.
So that's
I
14
got,
in
I
total.
got like plus 6 for stealth.
10 total.
So
I got
if you're feeling a bit childish, you can actually just appear behind one of the other players or NPCs.
Hopefully not behind me since I'm sitting with my back against
I mean,
the rail.
that's what happens if she ever rolls a 1.
They're like Spider-Manning on the side of the ship.
It's like Cape Fear just under the car.
Why is this turning into a Hideo Kojima?
I would love to just like appear behind. What was her name again? Hallie?
Haldy.
Hallie? Yeah, behind Hallie instead.
Yep.
That would be more fun because you would furious at me. So
I know what her their passive perception is. So at this point, they hear like the little creak of a board, and then collapse onto their knees.
hello there.
guessing that was the rogue.
Oh.
Hello.
I forgot you existed.
That's the point. So, what's happening?
Can I roll a history now?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
Now that you've finished
Reading.
voluntarily vomiting everywhere.
Ooh, leather.
Now that you've apparated here. Yes.
That's a lot of dirt.
Yes.
That's not
Some
dirt.
of it's
Is
mine.
it your blood?
Most, if not all
Fresh.
of. Yes.
Some are old.
I hear we were in a fight,
history-
but I don't remember it.
That's an 11.
Tiptoe. Where's the cheese?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to say, apparently I'm really good smelling behind because I have a mask, you know? It's like, yes.
Do you do that thing where you put the page in front of you and then move the mask up here while you kind of sniffing it and then bring the mask down so that no one.
What I'm doing is I don't see it, like.
Yeah, exactly. It's all sorts of things going like cat ears and all sorts of things. 9,000 things.
Exactly.
Telling you.
So I rolled 11, or
Nope.
I rolled 7.
What specifically were you trying to find out with the history check?
No, just if I know any of the locations described in that letter.
I mean, you know of Breezel, you've never heard of.
No.
So, especially not for 11. But Mintarn, Mintarn was basically, you know about this because it was an embarrassment for Neverwinter. They created this essentially free city to the east. Sorry, to the west. Get my compass correct. But it didn't really work out according to plan, and now it's just, well, pirates.
Ah.
And it's been causing all manner of bother for Waterdavian shipping. But it's also a great place. This was one of the places you considered to go. Hell, it might have been the place you were on your way to try and, you know, move to. For your own reasons.
So do we then discuss that? Do we go? You know, well, Mintarn I know is rife with people with ill intentions and of a nefarious buccaneering ilk. But and I am aware that this letter addresses me and that it may ergo have more importance in my eyes. But what do the others think about perhaps a visit to such a place?
To Mintarn.
Yeah, why not? I've got very little on my plate right now, otherwise.
Check your diary.
Behold my diary.
It's completely empty.
It is filled with lonely
Yeah.
glasses of wine of an evening.
It's in secret skipped.
Yes. Yeah. The cipher is that there's nothing there. Yes.
By all rights, I shouldn't even be here, so. Sure.
I think maybe I could go like, and what about yourself, Richard? And you're completely gone at this point. Is that?
And I'm just walking yours are like, I'm here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, sat down. That's fine.
I see.
I'm small, but not that small.
I am rather lofty, so this happens a lot.
It's true. You know, I was actually on my way to. Yeah, no, I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah. Sure, I take it whatever the wind takes me.
Nothing more intriguing than unfinished sentences and breezy metaphors.
Quite. I'm going to note that down.
I want to get off this ship.
It's quite wet.
Why?
I don't know what you mean. It's so.
That's quite fascinating. It drives itself.
And,
Yes,
and,
yes.
and the
Sails itself, rather.
and the surroundings aren't particularly kind. In that we're in the middle of the water.
Yes.
Do you know, the
I'm
weirdest thing.
Quite aware.
The weirdest thing is that while we've been talking, somebody has mopped up your vomit. They turn around and
In the
point.
sea?
No, the drivel on the side there. And as you both turn around, you see a mop just standing like this and going on the deck, just falls as if like caught, like oh god, and falls over.
Is there another rogue here?
You don't believe in ghosts, do you? You just blow up. Maybe you just think the haunted houses aren't real, and they're just more of your kind.
Well, if I can disappear.
You don't disappear.
But you're not.
I'd beg to differ that.
I've seen it happen. I've
No,
seen it in front
actually,
of
you
my
did.
eyes, but I didn't.
I see. So ghosts aren't real, but people could disappear.
Yes.
Sorry, one of our cats is giving their opinion on this, and it's very, very full of conviction. Is that right, Bonnet?
They agree.
One of the ghosts meowed in
Yeah.
displeasure.
These ghosts are real.
They meow.
They're fuzzy and sweet.
No, that's
I'm loving this ghost.
that is
Feline ghost.
canon. That is canon now.
That's the ship's cat.
There is a ship's cat,
Hello.
and it is sheer black.
It's appropriate that it's canon as well in a
And-
ship like this. Yeah.
You don't see, like, even though it looks at you briefly, you don't see any sign of eyes. It just seems to be like a black silhouette that when you notice it, it kind of goes and then just skitters off and through the doors into which seem to have a cat flap,
They have a freaking cat flap in the door.
which
I'm loving this.
does move.
The cat flap or the door?
The cat flap moves as the
Okay.
cat goes through it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Guys, I just felt 2 paws on me. Oh my god. That was weird. Probably just the wind.
You turn around and I'm just like.
What worries me is we don't know what's steering the ship. If we need to go somewhere, how are we going to go?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
How many cats does it
Huh.
take to man a helm?
Wrong question.
Oh,
I don't even
sorry.
know how many humans it takes to man a helm. Seafaring is not really my forte.
No, I actually. Side note: had the choice of choosing land or sea vehicles for my proficiency, and I don't have that. I have the land ones. So I feel this is like a large wet chariot. So I'm gonna sort of postulate.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no one, should we take a look at the helm then and see if there's anyone steering the ship, or should we? And if there is no one, or indeed as I expect, a tower of spectral cats manning the helm, then we
Is-
can perhaps do something about it.
Is there like, I don't know, captain's quarters here?
Catpin.
Cat pain.
Catpins.
Yes.
I'm just going to scratch everything I had planned, and now it's going to be an army of, or a navy
Cats.
even, of ethereal cats manning every station.
Yeah.
You know?
They actually scratched everything you had planned. Yeah.
I suppose we could just have a look around.
Sure.
Possibly.
I mean, currently you're on what seems to be a two-sail ship. Lighter, very fast, it seems, and you recognize it as being of Sword Coast design. So it's a lot more elegant than what they have in Moonshade. Seems to be more like bricks in water or longboats. But there, apart from the hatches on the deck, there is a double set of doors leading into potential rooms underneath the aft deck. As you're looking, it's clear day. Incidentally, it must be like mid-afternoon here. But as you're looking, you see that on the aft deck where the oar or a steering wheel would be, this one seems to have an older contraption, which is more of a wheel, and it's moving on its own.
No.
I mean, I'd like to investigate it if that's possible.
Sure.
Okay. Did I go up and do an investigation check, or?
Well, you get up the steps. Annoyingly, the stairs creak. And when you get to the rear deck, the back, it's essentially instead of a wheel upwards like this that turns around the traditional sense, it goes that way.
Yeah,
Again, older design.
Kina's being attacked. Kina's under
We need to
siege.
investigate, guys. I feel something taking my robe.
Keena's jacket is under siege.
Yes, it's turned into Tide Turners After Dark as all of our clothes get stripped off by feral animals.
Not a way I hoped it to be, but sure.
If you gotta go some way, you know.
Wow.
We legitimately, to the people listening to any podcasts in the future, Gary is still wearing clothes. Also, we spoke about this. We do have no plans for OnlyFans.
Yeah, okay.
You might.
Well, I mean, you know, if you don't want to be on all forms of social media and create massive exposure, then fine. Because I can create massive exposure.
It's not the exposure we wanted.
No, it never
No.
is. It never is.
I mean, with Rick, it will always be full frontal tiny man nudity.
Yeah, exactly. Rick can talk.
Is this because I almost got you cancelled with your own?
Yes, you
Yeah.
cancelled my own
Yes.
little halfling penis. And yeah, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's
I was
great.
your very own Dark Urge.
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
But from Baldur's Gate to the middle of the ocean,
Yes.
Which is lovely.
let's go explore.
That's what
But
ADHD is, isn't it?
But what about the helm? Is
Yeah.
there any way I can? Is there anything I can see or notice up there? As you said, with the sort of old-fashioned helm like this.
I don't need an investigation check
Okay,
here. I
sure.
need a perception check.
Perception. That's probably better for me. Yep, it is. That's a nat 20 with a +3.
Wow. You don't need a +3 when having that
23.
20.
No, you probably don't. No.
What's your history, your character's history with, say, tracking?
I don't really know.
I mean, have they done any hunting? Were they taught to?
Yeah, well, I mean, they have been on excursions, military excursions with the mercenaries and stuff. So yeah, and in Fey territory and things on. So there's, I would say there's been some tracking.
So, in your time with the Kendrick loyalists,
Mhm.
you've tracked people on mud, and you have hid in wooden houses when outnumbered, and listened to the creaking of floorboards. And that's the thing you're seeing right now before your very eyes, is the pressure of unseen feet on floorboards. And as you get closer to the wheel drawn by this sense of almost seeing the wooden handles being compressed a little as they're pushed, you can start to hear like a distant non-breath, something breathing that doesn't need to.
Right.
And then, as you almost get close enough to touch it, you're pushed back by this almost barking, etheric push. To everyone else, you just get close, and it's like a Ghostbusters thing where your hair just goes woof,
Jeez.
and you're like, "Oof." But you get the smell of burnt air after a storm, and almost like a salty brine, intense scent in the air. And for some reason, your face has got no moisture on it, but you can't help but feel like almost as if someone's thrown water in your face.
Okay. With
Can we
this.
see this?
Or you see something move all of his hair and his cloth
Yeah.
back as if he got hit by a very, very discriminative gust of wind.
I think. Yeah. I think I'd probably turn and report back to you guys. My hair's stuck back like this, and
Yep.
this in my mind as well. I go, well, it seems the helm is angry with me.
Phrasing.
But
Gotcha.
very good.
Now it is
very
my
good.
time, the time of Rick.
Time to shine. I feel the helm is angry with me, or whatever spirits may man it.
Alright. Yeah. Maybe we should just leave that be for the time being, at least.
I think that's for the best.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna head into I want to head into the bit underneath.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same. Let's go down. There's probably stuff to
Yeah, you got
find.
your ship. This is for the viewers at home. You got your main deck with all of the masts and everything. You got your aft, where he's just gone up and tried to check the steering column, and then you've got the doors leading into the inside of the ship. Meanwhile, even at the front or in the center, you've got hatches leading downstairs. This isn't a luxurious pirate galleon, because I couldn't afford to deal with that. God. Nat 20s only apply to attack rolls in Classic 5e. Ability checks, you still need modifiers to hit certain DCs.
Yes.
That's very
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
But in terms of like streaming, it adds a little element of hilarity since we don't have time to wait
I'll
for those.
take my
instances.
23 on my ability check.
I mean, it works with the ones as well. I'm just
Very
saying.
happy,
Besides,
very
even when you get a natural one, as long as it adds to the story and doesn't just, cause someone to feel detached from the game. Like, sure, you might fall down a cliff and break your ankle. Cool. But that changes the dynamic of the whole quest, right? People have to carry you, and you get to complain the whole way. Living the dream. Anyway,
Is the door open, or is it just a cat flap?
you try the door. Can I just check, by the way? You were Kenny, you were saying something. What's Miss doing at this point? And more importantly, does anyone notice?
Probably trying to open the door. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I did say we should go. But yeah, we should go downstairs.
There's
probably
two doors.
stuff to, yeah?
There's two doors there. It's a double door.
Okay.
Yeah?
You get the impression that the wood was painted once, and it's peeled back. But like the rest of it, the sense of it being underwater has just dried out in the sun. There's not even seaweed on this thing. Do you both open the doors together? Do you just one go?
I'll let them kind of do their thing.
See now,
first.
most people say I search the room for traps. Other smarter people say after you. Okay, so Mist approaches the door. You turn the handle.
Yeah. What? Turn handle. I was thinking about turning the handle and just like pushing Arleth first. But yeah.
The door opens with a screech, like a rusted metal sound. Dirty seawater that smells dirty falls out of the lock as you disturb the door, and it leaves an awful trail on the wood as the door goes inwards. Inside, from where you're standing, from what you can see as well, seems to be the captain's room. I mean, you assume it to be the case because there is a big, wide oak table. There's furniture. Everything isn't lit at all. Daylight is coming in through grimy, dirty windows in the back. The furniture is not rotten per se, but it's definitely been worn. And you see the flittering of a tail as the cat moves from left to right. And yeah, you can hear the little tinkle of a bell,
Oh,
Ooh.
which
cat.
from the cat. But he wasn't wearing. You couldn't see any tinkle before.
Are there any
Do you have to go in to discover more?
lights or
There's
as
some
in-
sconces, and I'm not going to say the word
No, good.
because I can never say it
Yeah,
correctly.
I was thinking candles and sconces and.
If you know what the word is, put it in chat. I guarantee you, I will try and say it if you put the word. You know what word it is. Any of you who know me, this word gives me freaking nightmares. Okay, it begins with B.
Flaming light holding repository of some kind. And,
Yes.
Look, you called your character by the wrong name, and you
Yes,
wrote
I
it down.
Did,
Okay,
and I wrote it down wrong.
I'm just watching. I'm watching the lag on the screen here in front of me, and just. Yeah, I am that stressed. So no, there are iron sconces.
Can I use prestidigitation to light them?
No.
Oh. Interesting.
Cool.
Huh.
You can use create flame. Thank you, Lutra. Braziers.
Very good, very good.
I'm so proud of myself. When I was saying that, it felt like that first scene in Skyrim where you're trying to sneak past the bear.
You
Or
can instantly light or snuff
brazier.
out a candle, torch, or a small campfire.
I fucking hate that spell.
Yeah.
I hate that spell. I hate it.
It's great.
Somebody once said, "Hey, can I cause someone's skeleton to walk out like with prestidigitation?" I'm just stupid spell. Do you know what? I'm going to allow this because it is a clever use of the spell. Fine.
Well, it's rules as written.
Yeah.
Literally, it says you can instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small
So can taumatology, so can create
Yeah.
fire. Prestidigitation makes most spells pointless.
No, because if make fire or create fire is on a much bigger scale. We're talking about like just a little bit of flame.
Yeah. He doesn't like it when people set fire to his braziers.
I could get that. Yep.
That's totally how it's
Look,
pronounced, right?
look. Okay, Caspian is chubby, but he doesn't have the need for over the shoulder boulder holders yet.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
he's not
Yeah.
eating that much cheese
No,
yet.
No, no.
So shall we?
We aren't all as capricious as his, capacious. Sorry,
Fine.
Copious.
copious,
Fine.
capacious, and
Yes. So, and the any light sources?
Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
close
yeah.
by?
One brazier
Well,
lights up. That's
done.
what this channel is going to be all about now.
Over the shoulder boulder holder, an excellent time to come in.
yeah.
You got it.
Welcome.
Sure.
What can I say except you're welcome?
So anyway, this dark and foreboding room, which is definitely plot mechanic and is very important that you go in. You've lit up a bit of it. Well done.
Thank you.
You beat me.
Now what?
This happens every time, by the way. Oh god, Rin's very good at this game.
And you still haven't switched off the sound.
I
of
hate
your phone.
Android. Okay, fine. That's it. This game is officially scuffed.
Oh man.
No, I don't want anything for Valentine's Day, Nintendo.
I will say,
Oh, really? Okay, I'll strike that off my list then.
I will say it's always unhinged here, but this stream just gets crazier and crazier. Crazier and crazier.
I could go on a long, I could go on a
long.
long freaking segue about you, Pant, and meeting up with you with your spoonerisms.
Oh God,
I
let's
hate puns and spoonerisms.
I know.
It was not an invitation in the chat. Do not do spoonerisms.
Do,
All right.
do chat. I'm looking
That's
at
what
you.
being
You have my full
GM is
permission.
like. Think of every possible thing, and the players still do something unexpected
Yep,
and ruin
yep.
it.
To
Like
quote,
lighting a candle.
to quote,
How could they have seen through my plans? It was foolproof.
You know what?
They only needed a level 1 cantrip.
Ren, here's an emoticon for you.
We already have Rick Rage. It's fine.
We need 7 flavors of Rick Rage. One for each of the sins. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh.
So to quote Fateful Fumble.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, so the illumination that you cast within the room. Oh god, thanks Charlie. The illumination that you cast in the room gives you some indication of what's in there. Moldy but not wet, more like worn carpets. A chandelier with just filth on it. The place looks like it's been neglected. There seems to be a burnt out or a worn through portrait on the back wall. A lot of the bric-a-brac or the bits and bobs seems to have just been washed out, maybe looted. There's a corner for the bed.
I'm so sorry.
It's a corner for the bed. Yes.
I can imagine like Miss just being there behind going, ah,
They're exactly like, but the loot. I was here for the loot.
why am I even
I have a
here?
loot.
What am I doing with my life?
We have a loot. I can put it.
Yes, play the loot.
Not that kind of loot.
I'm gonna loot the room. No, that's not how a loot sounds.
God damn it, bards.
Frickin'
Goddamn
bards. And because of the light as well, you also see that there seems to be a very worn-looking sewn-up mouse with a bell attached to its tail that's now just dropped at the floor.
Oh.
And this little black silhouette of a cat. You get a better look at it. It's not a normal cat. But it's like watching somebody who's drawn a charcoal drawing of a cat moving around. And it seems to want to play.
I'll pick up that mouse and toss it for it.
You actually suddenly hear from the back of the room,
Yeah. We are picking up this little toy
Mhm.
and going like tinkle, 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 and then toss it.
The second you toss it, half of the room gets knocked over and other bits go flying as this silhouette becomes this almost like black lightning of a shot just across the room going smash bang. You can see it leaping across everything. It hops on the chandelier almost deliberately, smashing a few pieces, and then it's like fuck you in particular, and then disappears behind the desk, and then it tops back up, and then wanders over to you and drops something on the floor. But this time it's not a tinkle noise. It seems to be something else. It's a hat. It's like wasn't bloody obvious, and the cat brings over something that isn't a tiny toy. No. It's a huge, like, tricorn hat. No, bicorn. I know my hats. I know my hats. Haha! I am a cis white guy, and I know my hats. You got nothing on me. Nothing.
Yeah,
It's still
I'll
relevant.
pick it up and have a look at it and go like, good kitty. Very good kitty.
It goes over to Arild and just bites his foot and then walks off.
Oh,
Oh no.
I was going to do something with my, +3 in animal handling, but I guess I won't.
I mean, do you want to roll it?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I want to do with this because I want to try and at least get close to whatever spectral kind of scritches I can give this cat.
Yes.
And I don't know
Spectral
how.
scritches.
So it is-
Spectral
yeah, spectral scritches.
We
I
need
cast-
merch with
yes.
spectral scritches. I'm
Actually,
writing
weirdly,
it
I have
down.
prestidigitation, and the bottom line says that I can give spectral scritches whenever. No.
Yeah.
Best use for mage hand I've ever heard of.
Yeah, exactly. Amen. If I wasn't a barbarian, I'd maybe give it a go. I pet it with my greatsword. No. So very charmed by the fact it's bitten me in the toe. I'm gonna try some animal handling shit and try and get it to be pet. 15.
15.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
And I want to try and
Or
coax
rather,
it over.
how
want-
do you want to do this?
I want to. Okay, I don't want to do this. Oh God, no!
I just
No, don't kill the cat.
sorry, I just headbutted the mic.
You deserve that.
We spoke so much about like correct mic placement to get his sound better today, and then doink.
Keep looking down at the screen and seeing 5 of my fucking faces. This is a nightmare. Why don't you pick on someone else? I mean, Gina keeps looting things and stabbing.
Hey, that's fair though. But hey.
You
Alright,
will have
Garrett.
your emotes.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I try and reassure the cat that I wasn't bothered by the fact that it bit me in the toe, and I'm just gonna sort of hunker down as much as I can because I'm very, very large to make myself seem as small as possible. And actually, wait there. Can I just check my inventory just to see if I have anything that would be nice for the cat?
Ooh, clever.
No, they did not deserve me headbutting the mic with my
That's
glasses on.
What would be in a ration kit or day of worth of rations?
They're usually like dry rations, so you could probably like
Yeah.
pick off a little crumb here and there and
Let's do that. I pick off a little crumb of my rations and I sort of put it. Yeah, I think I put it in front of me. I don't put it in my hands, but I sort of wait with my hands on the floor next to where the treat is, trying to make myself look as little intimidating as possible, despite being a 2-meter tall barbarian. What happens?
2 things. It looks at the food puzzled, tilting its head to one side. And then out of the shadows of one of the chest of drawers sections comes this little verminous rodent that comes skittering out, picks it up. And then, just as it's about to run away with its victorious prize, the cat opens its mouth. And inside is space. This cosmic swirl of nothingness. And the sharpest teeth you've ever seen. And it's not a flirkin, shut up. And it basically just leaps forward and snatches it. And there's a flurry of fur and a little... It's not even like a squeak, it's like a...
stop doing that. You're shaking the
Sorry.
camera.
And it just sits there for a second with a tail hanging out of its mouth. And then almost comically...
Yeah.
Awesome. I try and pet that fucking cat. I know.
I
I've
love
seen the
this
teeth.
cat.
I've seen the
I
teeth.
love this cat.
I don't need 2 arms.
I'm good.
For a 15, I'm gonna let you.
You're gonna let me? Okay, I'm very cautious though, and I'm gonna go.
It actually hops up to reach your hand.
Aw, I give it the good scratches behind the little ear.
But when you touch it, it doesn't feel like you're touching fur. It feels like you're touching a memory, and it's warm. It's not a warm. It's not a cold memory. It's a warm memory. Something of familiarity, of ritual, of love, and camaraderie. You know, and you almost instead of purring, the others might hear it as like this weird, distant, muted purring sound, but for you, it sounds like a sea shanty done by a good 20 or so sailors in the wind. But you can't make out the words.
I'm sort of slightly like I'm wide-eyed as always.
You're getting trippy as anything.
I'm getting trippy. I'm just going.
This cat.
Here's a good kitty. Just, my brain isn't able to get this at all.
I
What's
think
going
I
on?
just got some really good footage for a new emote.
Glorious.
Harold's eyes are like, it was at Has Been Hotel where Nifty, like, you say something in the camera, her pupil goes, boink! You know?
Glorious.
Basically.
I just want to say while Arleth is doing
Yeah,
it,
what
I'm
are you
just
doing?
all of a sudden I'm just appearing like right behind him into his ear, like, I wonder if it could swallow you whole.
At this point, I might let it.
Again, phrasing.
Just like being a little bit creepy, all of a sudden just appearing like that.
It's more creepy because of the mask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I would have reacted more had
What
I not
kind
been
of-
in memory kitty land.
What kind of hat? Like, is it a physical hat or is it like a spectral hat?
You don't have any. Did your character ever spend any time near the docks?
No.
You've been on a ship.
Yes, involuntarily.
Something for another time, perhaps. So, this hat. How do I put this now? In Call of Cthulhu, you have this amazing attribute called idea. It's basically your go-to when you have the DM's like, figure it out for the love of God.
Like, is there anything magical about it or something, or is it like a normal actual
It
hat?
feels like, clothes.
Yeah.
Right? So you know that this hat is very heavy. It's made of some amazing material. It's waterproof, or at least it's been treated for waterproof, but it looked like it used to be very resplendent.
Yeah.
It's very well worn, and it's not the kind of hat that a normal person would wear, especially on a ship.
Does it feel like it's infused with magic or something?
It feels heavy with purpose.
Heavy with purpose.
Thanks, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Shit. Okay.
You're
All right, we're doing this. Okay.
can I, like, for example, do an Arcana check or
Sure.
something?
I'm gonna like write to answer here while you're doing that. Just like
Yeah.
roll an Arcana check. Listen, dragon. All right. So
Oh, that's a
I
natural
meant
20.
fuck's sake. I meant fashion. Okay. I mean, obviously I didn't
24.
say that, and if I said that to Gary, he probably would have said something akin to, "No, I'm not an
Please
intimate."
don't headbutt the mic again, Rick.
How about
I got 24.
24? Cool.
Rolled a natural
You're doing
20.
great, Rick. Thank you. Thank you. Oh
Yeah,
god.
I rolled my first natural 20.
This
Yay.
was all the rage during like 1 10-day period during last summer, where everybody thought they were a ship captain, basically. Everyone was wearing. It was really annoying for the dock quarter. There were even apparently some low-level riots.
That he might have caught on to if
oh.
it was in Waterdeep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was centered around Waterdeep, but it was the weirdness of peacetime. Was the most dangerous thing going on that time of year. Obviously not recently. If rumors are true, then there's some trouble with. Well, let's just say this game is set shortly after the ending of Baldur's Gate 3, so you know where I'm going with this. But yeah, it's a captain's hat. It's just missing the all-important point, which is a feather. But there's definitely It's a worn hole for a feather or two.
I
Is the
think-
purpose glorious or burdensome?
Yeah,
I knew I
right.
couldn't get away with that. Thanks, Litra.
So,
Mm.
is there like a chair by and like a desk with a chair and stuff and?
Do you go
and
further into the
papers?
room?
Yeah.
Nothing bad happens.
Hmm.
It gets darker, but then it gets brighter again because at the back there's like
There's windows.
it's not so much windows, but the wood is perforated in a way that stops the. It's like goes up at an angle,
Yeah.
but it seems to reflect off. There's a glossiness to the wood,
Yeah.
so the light reflects off it and back down again. The design is ingenious. It's just filthy, casting the room in this really eerie, almost nicotine yellow. There's an expression for you. Behind the vast, very wide table in this room, which is obviously the captain's room, there is a chair at the back. And on the chair is a skeleton. You hadn't noticed it before because it's been knocked backwards. I want you to roll for an investigation. Mist, are you literally just standing there, or are you doing like we all know you are actually doing, and trying to loot the room anyway?
Obviously, I'm trying to loot the room.
Are you puppeteering the skeleton? You know, just like, I'm
I
so
was
sneaky.
going to do it afterwards, you know, after I was done.
Fulfill
That's
your
a
destiny.
Cheeky 20.
Cheeky 20.
Cheeky 20.
It's not a
Not a natty.
natural.
You have
It's
to
a
get a
cheeky.
salt
It's an
test.
unnatural 20.
Oh, that's a
See,
cheeky- that's
one
a
of the
cheeky
things that
20.
if you're new to the channel, you'll know this about me and Rin. Rin is very lucky with her dice when it matters. I am not. So if I seem
always.
jealous and almost like hostile towards their dice rolls, it's because I am.
I'm not allowed to roll for characters anymore.
No,
Because,
no.
I very rarely roll anything under 10. So yeah, which is just unfair.
When last time I rolled for a character, we had lupus. So I don't even know how that was possible
Anyway,
in D&D.
anyway,
Okay, moving on.
It's never lupus.
Bless you.
Give me an investigation roll.
yeah,
You
that
got a
was
dirty 20?
Dirty 20. Or cheeky
So
20.
the skeleton, it's old, and the clothes are rotted through. So one place you've actually seen where water rot is actually still taking hold weirdly. Everything else is dried off, but this area around it is bizarrely still moist and wet.
Interesting.
Shut up, Gary. I just
Hey, what
That-
about me?
Yeah.
I'll get to you.
We're just as immature as each other.
Excuse you.
Well then,
There's something else as
Okay.
well. In this skeleton's hand is the hand bow,
a hand bow.
and in its right eye socket going through its skull is the worn feathers of a bolt.
Hmm.
However, on the desk and around him, there's nothing to be seen. The contents of the desk have been swept clear.
It wasn't me.
Do you want to give me an
It
investigation?
wasn't me.
Did you get another one?
No, I got a 7. I was like, is that a 1? Like, no, it's a 7.
I'm just reading your face, and your face always says sadness.
Exactly, but like 1 was right next to it. So I'm like, is it a 1? Or no, no.
We should stop for some care if every time you make a face it looks like you've got a nat 1. Then we need to like have some counselling with you and we'll have a talk.
Or they just like,
Yeah.
just yell, freeze!
What was it? A 20?
And then you can make it.
Thanks, I guess I'll die now.
So yeah, 7.
Was that with your stat as well? Like your end result?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add for my
You got anything for perception?
perception.
Because I'll allow that at a lesser degree.
Then I have 11.
So that's better. It seems to me like you're better at killing than looting. Noted. Says
Yeah.
a lot about you. What's really interesting about Keena's character, by the way, and they're being very candid about this because mystery. Get it? It's in the name. But we rolled this completely randomly through the book, didn't we? You had a different character, and then we decided to mess around with the what was it from Xanathar's Book of Everything?
Probably.
One of them like
I've
that.
forgotten.
And I was just doing it as a joke, but they fell in love with it, so I must have been doing something
You
right.
fell in love with it, that's
Well,
why it's
I'm
fine.
excited.
Well, I
It
was
was
gonna
one
be
of
super
us.
smooth. So for your, I'm gonna get back to Rin in a second. What you find in all of the drawers is a whole load of nothing. everything is just gone. But one thing you do find is a small dagger. It might be a letter opener, to be fair, but it's got there's a certain weight to it which makes it feel like it's not normal metal, but it's rusted, like a very peculiar purple rust which you've never seen before. But the handle, which seems to have been hand carved, starts off looking like a mermaid's tail, but it's cracked halfway up, so the tang, the metal bit, is showing underneath. And what's the weirder part was you found it inside a locked drawer.
You know, the first thing I would probably do is just take it up, look at it, like, you know, even in my hands, I could probably kill someone with it, but it's too pretty. I think I want to investigate it if it's possible. Well, I probably can't because I already did perception.
You feel a hand on your back. Could you roll initiative for me?
Oh man. It's not one, okay?
It's one.
No, it's three.
All of
Plus
us,
your
or
plus
just
2
Gina?
initiative. So that's-
Just Gina for now.
Just
Gina.
Gina.
So it's a
You got
5
one?
total.
I don't believe in ghosts, okay?
You feel a cold grip on your shoulder get tighter. What do you do?
Well, I don't believe in ghosts, so I probably wouldn't do much. I would just probably just look around a little bit, like, what just happened? Is it you guys? Wait, what?
What?
So you look around and look at the. You're just like, huh. I like that.
It's not you! Huh? No, I don't believe in ghosts. I wouldn't believe something else would come and just grab my shoulder.
There's no one there. You're out of combat.
What?
So, I rolled the d20 to just see if Caspian is distracted enough to do this. And I was like, if it's below 10, he's too distracted by the skeleton and the little, was it a hand crossbow?
Yeah.
So he doesn't think, because his mind is like, I need 2 hands for this job. So he just puts the hat on and and leans in to sort of see if he can pry out this hand crossbow.
This works out very well because that explains what happens next. When you put the hat on, you hear Mist make a sound like what the, turn around, and that draws your attention enough for you to look up and see the outline, the shaded, semi-transparent shape of some sort of sailor whose hair is floating in midair, like literally just as if they're underwater.
Yeah.
And this thing has got its skeletal or half meaty hand on Mist's shoulder, and it seems to be leaning in, but then it turns its head at you, and you see that half of its face is still got skin and an eyeball that seems to be bloated, and then it opens its mouth as in shock, and then just bursts into shadow that almost apologetically gets back into the darkness. Just in time for Mist to turn around like the hell, and you just end up looking at each other. Oh, and your hands
Was
have already
it a tricorn?
the
Or-
hat,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
and I thought you'd appreciate that. And in your hand is the crossbow.
That was very strange.
You didn't see any of this.
No, I'm still petting the cat. I'm fucking enamored at this point, I think.
Errol, did you see that?
See what? See the gorgeous little ears, or hear the flapping of sails in my mind? Because yes.
Did you just feel something? Mist.
There was something on my shoulder, but
Yes, there was. I saw it.
was it a kitty?
Not this sweet little kitty.
No, it was not a kitty. Is this something you can use?
Not really something I would put in my arsenal yourself.
In all fairness, now that you've got it in your hands, you know that the handbow, which is
Hand crossbow?
the hand crossbow, the
Yeah.
handbow, the hand crossbow you've got is old, very old. It seems to be a more primitive version of the ones you've seen used in Waterdeep by those blasted drow that seem to infest the dock ward. But, well, this one has inscribed on its side something which has faded away. But on the face of it, it looked like at least a mermaid of some kind.
Huh.
In the distance, thunder rolls.
So, found this, and oh, I put it on, didn't I? And this.
Don't you love it when the music starts hinting at things? In the music, it started to rain, so yeah. Rain starts hitting the side of the ship. It even clears some of the filth off the glass, letting in a bit more sunlight. But you have that fractured sunlight from the back.
Yeah. I just saw something very disturbing.
Lutra, stop it.
What did you see?
Just as you exclaimed, I saw what can only be described as like some sort of a zombie sailor grasping its half rotted hand on your shoulder. And then when it saw me, it retreated back to the shadows and just evaporated.
Wow. That's disturbing.
Yes.
Where did you say it went?
Into the shadows, it sort of evaporated. I don't know really how.
Shall I ask the cat?
Oh, the cat bolts.
Oh, fuck. I was like,
Well, there was
tell
the
me
cat.
your secrets.
It's almost as if it could tell, like, you were going to ask,
I was
maybe.
going to ask it questions, yeah.
But no, the
That is a
second you stopped giving it
Good
scritches, it was like...
question, Lutra.
But it runs into one of the nooks or crooks in the room that's ill lit, and you don't know whether it's still in there or not, but something seems to have scared it. The ship starts going left and right.
Like, is there anywhere else to go in this room, or is it like we see the whole room now? There's nothing
Well,
else.
I mean, you didn't exhaust all of the search. You
No?
can look more in the room,
Yeah.
but there are other places to go on the ship.
Yeah, because like, it went into the shadows, guys. But maybe we should, Caspian, since you saw it, maybe you should lead the way.
Now you're getting it. The rogue's fed up of going first.
Alright.
I like being in the shadows.
Are there any
but I look-
bookshelves here?
Oh yeah.
Any books in the bookshelf?
No.
Sorry, looted everything.
Tell you what. Why don't you roll me an investigation?
Okie dokie.
Which one did you look for? I have this one and that.
You see? You see? My
That's
library of jacket.
3, so 7.
I mean,
Ah,
Strong 7.
there are signs that there were books here, but I mean, though, for that, I will give you this for free. It looks like there's burn marks in the wood. There's a story here that you're only seeing parts of. A very tragic story. There's also, as the ship rocks back and forth, the sound of movement underneath your feet. A lot of it.
Is there something underneath?
I mean, there's water, but that doesn't sound like water.
I think I saw, like, I was walking around a bit, trying to find some shiny stuff. You know.
Shiny.
I think I saw somewhere we could go out in the dark. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe we should
That's
go
maybe-
outside again.
Yeah.
If you don't mind a bit of rain, though.
I'll say one thing, just about the feathers and the bolt, is pertaining to your hat.
Oh, the
I'm
fletching.
saying so. There was a fletching. He said there was ruined feathers, but is that not where we're going with this? He said there was a feather missing from the hat.
That's good, but it's not quite right.
Ah, but this could be my prestidigitation moment. That's why I thought I'd ask.
I can pick it from a
I
book,
think
you
it was
know.
a bolt
true.
with the remnants of fletching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. I do like the idea of you going outside though and just going stunk and a bird just landing next to you though.
That is.
With the little hand crossbow.
Oh, it went off. Oh dear, I hit something.
That was an albatross.
Rick sets
What does
it
it
up.
taste like? I don't know. It's fucking albatross.
Sorry, I shouldn't clap on stream. But oh god.
I'm
that's
gonna
great.
set up this intricate quest, and you're gonna go and kill the albatross.
Albatross.
I'm crying.
Forever after that, we have disadvantage against any sort of speech text against any sort of bird lovers. People wait their whole lives to see an albatross.
What was that
Have you ever
line
encountered
from?
one? Don't look at my hat. Don't look at my hat.
What was that line from the Adam's Family Values? You know, where they're at the camp when he shoots the boat up, and there's that
Yeah.
Like
bald
bald
American
eagle.
eagle.
Yeah.
I thought they were extinct. They are now.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Oh,
Exactly that.
that was
Sorry.
lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, but
But
yeah.
where you go, I shall follow.
Oh dear, that's a bad idea, but all right.
I don't have any good ideas though, so
Bereft of good ideas, they went out.
or independent thought. Yes.
Okay,
So-
so we go outside again.
Back into the open. I think the weather's already deteriorated, and as you're coming from the rear of the ship, looking ahead, you notice straight away that you're heading towards a rather vicious-looking storm. You don't know what direction you're going in, but this does not look ideal. You're already hitting the outside, the outskirts of the storm, and rain is plastering the deck. The sunlight is starting to ebb away a bit. It's getting darker. The waves are starting to get very skippy.
But we can see that the storm is ahead, and that if we could change the direction of the ship, then we might avoid this in some way.
One would think.
Okay, I think my little thing here might be I might try and go back up to the helm and try and oppose the direction the helm is currently being pushed to try and steer us to a better
It's that
course.
wonderful line.
Follow.
You can certainly
Yeah.
try.
Okay, I
Where
can try.
are you heading?
I'm heading up to the helm. I mean, let's just say something spooky barked at me when I was there, and
Oh, that's what happened.
yes, it was and while I was somewhat perturbed, I am a enormous being, and I feel I should be put to use as one.
I'll come with you.
Okay, thank
Are
you.
you gonna use the line "Back off, you spooky bitch"?
Back
Well,
off, you
not
spooky
now.
bitch! Yeah, I know, it's done now.
It's done now.
Moment ruined. Yeah.
I'll
I-
join him, still wearing the hat.
I got there first.
I will
Really?
Yeah, he's not taking it off.
Well, I will join just to see everything unfolds, you know?
Sure. I'm ready to
He's
roll
awkwardly
my.
stuck like this little hand crossbow into his belt. He's like not quite knowing what to do with it.
I mean, it's not loaded, but
Oh,
Um,
actually, can I part from them and go and try to search?
that's the
elsewhere?
spirit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Split the
Are
party.
you searching?
Bye.
Are you gonna be searching the open deck first, or are you gonna go straight below decks?
Straight below,
Straight below decks.
obviously. Can-
Awesome.
So, like, is stuff locked to get in, or
I
can
mean,
just like, open stuff?
You haven't checked yet. But there's the. I mean, yeah, sure. Do you want to check the main hatch in the middle part of the ship, the big one? Or do you want to go further forward and try the smaller hatch?
Further
Yeah.
into the smaller.
Just because Lucha asked, as you get into the forefront of the ship, curiosity gets the better of you. I can confirm that the figurehead at the front of the ship is the bottom half of what you assume to be some sort of serpent or mermaid, perhaps, and the other bit has been. It used to be made carved from wood, and it's just been destroyed, chiseled off. Meanwhile, the hatch isn't locked. You have to say the words.
Only wonders await you in the hatch.
I hear some whispering.
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire, Harry? Yeah, but never the goblet of fire.
I will go into the hatch. I open the hatch.
And thus they died. So, you
I saw
open.
Jesus. No.
Hey, man. Be kind to your neighbors. So, you open the hatch, and maybe it's just the trick of the wind or something. But as you open it, it sounds like a sound, and you can't hear anything down there. But we're gonna cut back to these two.
Sorry, I will say, just there's a couple of these sounds that I just want to replace with the whole like down with the sickness thing. Oh, wah! I kind of want that to be the sound.
For me, that would eternally now mean a car engine that doesn't want to start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
We use that for the glucose. It's so much.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the.
Right. Yes.
Anyway.
So I'm assuming that I have to do some sort of opposed strength test or something.
You know, Mercer never had this shit. Oh, you don't even get that far. What happens is thus: when you get up onto the deck there, you can see it. There is a rotting minotaur handling the steering wheel. One of its horns is snapped. Most of its skull is exposed, and its remaining eye turns to see you with a mixture of like as much as a zombie minotaur ghost thing can make, abject surprise, and it immediately makes this salute of a kind, this angular thing, this naval thing, and you realize that the clothing it wears is navy military of some sort. Like, again, you know fashion. And you know that, I mean, you, I won't, without going into too much details,
Yeah.
you would know nobody has worn this type of attire for thousands of years. Like,
I think at first he's like, as they walk up the stairs and he like looks up, he's like, "Oh dear gods!"
you're
Do I see
tall.
this? Do I see this too as well?
No.
I don't see this.
Actually, you know what? Let's make this interesting. The second that they put, the second he puts his hand on your shoulder, it's almost like the second that you feel, no one call him. It's not Cassian. Caspian. There's a P in there. Damn
Creme
it.
de cassis. Creme de cassis. It's, yeah.
Jesus wept. All right, so when Caspian puts his hand on your shoulder, there is a chill, and you shiver. The second you hit that shiver hits you, it's almost as if the green hues in your vision from the sea, from the deck, all get sucked into this object. Like, it's almost like a prismatic thing. And you see what he sees, this zombified, undead minotaur that seems to be standing to attention. It is bigger than you.
Oh, sorry. Right that way. Yeah.
It is bigger than you. It is huge, and that's the reason why you were pushed back so easily before.
Okay. Well, I guess that's how I react. Then like you touch me and I go, whatever's the matter? Oh!
I just saw that. I just saw that on the screen. That's definitely a
That's an-
filmable.
that's an
That was
evil-
beautiful.
Oh, hello, John.
This is my Courage the Cowardly Dog impression, basically.
You don't see that, by the way. I'm
No,
gonna
no.
I'm gonna come back to you too in a second. You don't see that as your
You hear it, but you don't see it.
I'm like, yeah.
when you sounds like normal behavior. So you go down the rickety steps, like the wooden stairs, basically slotted into the structure of the ship. And when you hear them making those noises, the hatch blows shut, plunging you into absolute darkness.
I don't believe in ghosts. 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 Whew.
Two
Okay.
ghosts join in and start singing it in
That's not
harmony.
Right on me bones!
Damn guards.
Don't believe in ghosts.
Do you know what a skeleton plays? The trombone. Sorry,
I believe they used to be bards.
This is the ADHD
Oh, wow.
D&D stream. Yeah, sorry.
Oh wow. So I can't see anything.
No.
No.
But what you sense, what you hear, smell, the creaking of the floorboards, like the odd silhouette in the very restricted light coming through the hatches on the side or through above. When you turned away as the hatch slammed shut and you turned back, the entire cargo area in front of you is filled with people. You can't see them. You know they're there because of the silhouette, the feeling that suddenly everything in the room is claustrophobic. You can smell the overwhelming stench of unwashed sailors. And it is not nice, let me tell you. More than that, you can smell the rot. You can hear them breathing through missing teeth.
And that's a great point to take a break.
It is indeed.
Ah.
Them bones, them bones, them bones. Thank you, Charlie.
All right, we're gonna have a quick break. How long approximately?
5 minutes.
5-minute break, and then we'll be back again. So
Are they breathing, Charlie?
Or that.
Or is it?
Hopefully, we'll be back. So stay with us, and we shall return shortly.
Back soon, Shorty.
Hoist the sails, the tides are returning. Azimuth circle will carry me home. Raise the anchor, the currents are churning. Umberly slumbers under the foam. Let the ocean spray make everything glisten. Azimuth, will you not carry me home? A spindrift joggers the wind in the mizzen. Umberly slumbers under the foam. And it's further, deeper down we go, far from Eden's undertow. Sirens sing their beckoning song. Here's where you belong. And it's further, deeper down below, far away from Eden's undertow. Sirens sing their beckoning song. Here's where you belong. Here's where you belong. Here's where you belong.
There we go. So there's a lot of conversation in the chat about breathing.
So we've decided.
Shut up.
We've decided it's an ASMR stream now. So we're just gonna get really close to the microphones and then see how this goes. Okay, is that any better? I don't know.
I don't. Also, you get a really good look at my forehead. Is that better? I don't know.
Yeah, Gary is
Leave it in
trying
the
to give
chat.
you spectral scritches.
Yeah, exactly. Scottish whispering.
Oh yeah, keep talking to me. Yeah.
It's like a drunk Robert Carlyle.
We just hear in the background.
So during the lunch
Shameless
break, of
whispers.
course, Gary was questioning the validity of having a scary scene involving a lot of sweaty, like smell of sailors. Apparently, Nate try harder. So yeah.
It's basically South Pacific at this point. Sorry.
So we're gonna go back to you guys because Kina needs to start working on the next character. This you hear in I don't want to go so like tropish and say I was kidding. Oh my god. Oh my
You
god.
told me to leave and then I leave and then you told me to come back.
Yeah. Kina, will you leave the room? Why is my character dead? No, I just don't want you here.
So mean.
Kina's now become as sneaky as her character. Zip,
I was
nope.
just salting. My God, guys.
Oh my god. You don't hear it in your mind. You actually hear it from the Minotaur's mouth. But it does seem like it's speaking from a long distance, carried in the wind almost. Captain, what be your orders?
I'm still like clutching onto Harold.
Yeah,
So can he
I'm
also
clutching
hear
back.
it?
yeah, you hear as well.
I think I also turn to you and go, Captain, what are your orders?
I'm captain now.
Aye, Captain.
Well, this is not going well.
Well, we were thinking about heading to Minta. What was it?
It was
Minot?
just one moment. Menton.
Minton.
If you'd be
Yes.
so kind.
We were considering heading towards Minton, weren't we? Yeah.
As you please, Mintarn. I'll set the heading for you. Good to have you back, Captain.
As you're watching, the Minotaur starts cranking the wheel and it moves. And the ship starts steering a little left ways away from the storm.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Jolly good.
Meanwhile, you're not.
Pessimist.
Yeah,
I
Mister's
never
not.
know, really.
You're you don't essentially feel like you're being attacked, but you're in the dark, and you can't tell whether you're inside the ship or somewhere cold and black, and you're being flung into objects. I need you to give me a let me see, an athletics roll, and then I want you to tell me what you're gonna do about it.
What you gonna do about it?
I got an 11.
An 11. You take 3 bludgeoning damage. It doesn't feel like you're being attacked, you're just being thrown around. Like you feel the overwhelming sense of confusion, fear and desperation, and more than that, frustration. There's a lot of anger down here. Damn, that was a good one.
Nice
That was
timing.
good,
That was
yeah.
nice timing.
The first damage you get is because your head connects with an overbeam, and you see stars in the dark for a second, and you catch just for a split moment, bared teeth stretching all the way back to something's jaw, and the smell of rotten vegetables before you're like flung around again. You don't feel actual hands on you, but there is this pressure at different points in your body that just seems to be pulling your clothes left and right like a rag doll. And your breath gets sucked out of your lungs so quickly from the impact that you can't even shout for help. So what do you do?
Well, there's probably no point stealthing now, I guess.
Roll stealth.
I'm gonna
We're hurting something. I just can't tell what it is. That's what I like about barbarians when they do blind fighting. They're just swinging their axes around. So if someone's like sneaky, dead. Or they just roll for a new character. What the hell happened?
Because it's totally black down here and I can't see anything, right?
Not unless you have dark vision, which I figured you would tell me because your character is human, correct?
Mine is human, so I can't. I can't see anything.
I want to say thank you for that because I can't tell you how much it bothers me when I start describing. And this isn't just me. Call out in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, but it isn't just me when you say the corridor ahead is dark. And no, it isn't. What? I have dark vision. The corridor ahead is gloomy. Nope. It's full on dark vision. To me, it is chromatically beautiful.
Well, when we humans stay in the dark for too long, we can start seeing stuff.
Yeah. Kind of start seeing a doom. Yeah, for certain creatures, it's like a Katy Perry music video, apparently.
No, I think, like, because the smell is so rotten, I would already probably assume there's a lot of dead stuff down here.
It's a fair assumption. Can't be proven at the moment.
Can't prove it. And because I don't really believe in ghosts, so it's kind of hard to me to actually believe that something actually is throwing me around if it's not alive.
Roll a wisdom check. Or a wisdom save.
I don't know anymore what's happening with my dice.
Oh, Rin is
Plus
sucking
2.
all of your luck out.
Just because of saving throws.
I
Where did
didn't
you
roll that
see that?
well.
Was it saving throws here
Last-
and then
oh,
wisdom
yeah,
plus
yeah,
2?
Well,
the read.
you're not being well fed. I mean, they're unlucky to be. What was it? A what?
No, I got a 7 again, so I got a 9.
9 for
You got a 9.
I don't know. So today, just my dice like being around 9 and 11.
That's a
That was
9.
not meant to be together. Okay.
You don't have your sea legs yet. That's what's happening.
That's what.
That.
Your hand is in your pocket or your pouch or wherever you put that knife. And you're grabbing the hilt as best you can, considering it's not really, there's no handle to it. You really want to stab out with it. The feeling is foreign to you. Like, it's almost as if someone else is, like, gaslighting you into doing it. You know, like, go on, I bet you couldn't, you know.
Stab someone else or stab myself?
Like, don't stab them. That's hysterical. You're crazy. Stab them, for God's sake. I don't know what gaslighting and murder looks like. Okay, I'll just. You think I'd be, like, I would have seen examples of this.
I bet you can stab them. You're not good at stabbing. Oh my god. Probably something like that too.
Reverse psychology.
Exactly. I'd be like, oh, you say that? I will show you.
Sometimes I can describe something great. Sometimes I say something and I wish I could take it back. This is one of those occasions. Look, you feel like you're being manipulated into using the dagger, and you don't know whether it's a good thing or not. Is it something trying to help you, or is it something darker? You can't tell. What do you want to do?
I will probably I would lean into it because it's stabbing, and it's natural to me to just actually stab. And I like this kind of reminds me of my past a lot about being thrown around and stuff. Getting into that later. So yeah. So my instincts say stab.
The knife finds something and it bites, and you hear the sound of an ordinary person screaming in that way that only men can do, where it's exceptionally high pitched, like gurgling, something liquid blocking the oxygen or something. It sounds like a killing hit. You've heard it before. And you're dropped to the deck. Take another point of bludgeoning damage, because you were at the top of this. You were like high up on the ceiling when you got dropped.
Do we hear any of this?
The timing between these two events is very similar. So I'm going to say that your investigations would lead you to check a hatch.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we go and check the hatch.
Could be that, like, we just hear the thump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what was that?
Yeah. It seems he's got this. Let's go down. Minotaur.
Yeah.
Take the other guys.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't need us.
We trust in you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The leader puts confidence in you.
Who,
HR says that she should do so.
No, more like you were the real shitty kid, you know? Just like, no.
you planning on becoming like the HR officer of this haunted ship?
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause,
exactly. Yeah,
I mean, that would be so you.
yeah.
I'm just helping all of the crew get into the afterlife. Who's gonna sail the ship? Oh.
This is so our flag means death.
Exactly. So he walks off the plank. It's like, that's wrongful dismissal. Where was the
Oh,
union?
It's a pirate's life. Life is strife.
Okay. Yeah, so we open the hatch.
We
I
open the
guess.
hatch.
Sorry,
yeah.
who opens the hatch?
He opens the hatch.
HR opens the hatch.
Wish
yeah.
He
the
opens
hatches,
the hatch.
though.
Yeah, so the
Not
hatch
me.
doesn't budge.
Sorry? The hatch.
Roll a strength check.
Wait, which of them are they going for?
Let's see here.
The
sorry.
right one.
The right one? Is it mine? No, I'm just kidding. I'm guessing no.
Because with Erica's strength. I've got to here yet.
Show us your muscles.
15.
15.
There's the muscles!
You almost ripped the handle off. It's just not budging.
Who would have guessed you're not strong enough? My
I
god.
know. +3 and
Oh my
everything.
god.
What do you want to do, Rin?
No.
You can hear at this point what sounds like a lot of objects being thrown around.
Oh dear. He's gonna try the hatch again, which he knows is like, this is stupid. This man is like 10 times stronger than you.
Uh-huh.
But he's gonna just like try it on like, why aren't you working?
There should be a roll for this, I think, but no, you almost clock yourself with the door, the hatch, as it just, there's no resistance. It just flies open. You almost chib yourself like,
Yeah, he just like falls flat on his bum. It's like,
yeah. Go on, say it. Say it. I loosened it.
I think you loosened it.
No. I don't have the confidence for believing that, so I think I just gotta go over and go, sorry, excuse me. And just feel your biceps. Just, oh.
He's gonna go like, yeah, what?
It's at this point you hear.
Legitimately, did I do that moment?
It's at this point you hear the scream of like, ah! And the sound of a lot of wet something splashing on the deck underneath.
I jump down.
As you jump down, you see mist form falling from the upper part, going kaplank on the floor.
I was so gonna say, retcon, try and catch, because, I'm a big acrobatic.
I already took the damage, I'm sorry, I already took
Hey,
the damage.
hey,
You can't do it!
Hey, roll for it. I don't
Can
mind
I-
retcon.
can I-
You know what? I'm
back
good.
then?
I've changed my mind. Changed my mind. Unnecessary. She got this. Totally.
What do you think, Rin? Should we see what his
I
dice
don't
roll
know.
was?
I saw what his
Oh.
dice roll was.
So what do you think, Rin? Should we see
It
what his
wasn't
dice?
in that one.
No.
That's
But it
okay
was-
then. That's okay.
I think it would have been what would this have been, acrobatics check
Yeah.
to do it? 4. So.
What I
no.
will say, what I will give you though, is as you jump down, there was this brief moment where
Brief
your
magic,
eyes
yeah.
adjust to the dark, and you could have sworn there was like at least 24, 25 people down here just standing around here, like just in a way that living people don't do.
Caspian's gonna
Okay.
scrabble up while he's jumping down. Is there like a stair or a ladder down?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just grabbed the deck and
Okay.
just swung down.
Check. Geronimo.
Just swing down my torso like, hello!
You know, I should have actually.
I jumped straight down to go straight through the floor
Yeah.
to the next.
No, your foot are capturing the floor like, oh, God.
See, now this is where maths gets in the way, because in my head I see you kind of doing the swing maneuver, and then your legs just break all of the steps.
So
It's
there,
like,
well,
yeah, the
there was
worst
a ladder.
stairs. The worst stairs.
We can't get up now.
No.
And, like, have you ever been kicked in the shins?
That for each rung. Ow, 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 ow.
Your rescuer is currently on their knees going, oh!
Okay.
So
Nanny!
much help.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
like scrabble down after him.
Yep. The stairs are fine. They're solid oak.
Right.
Okay, your legs would break. So, no, you got down there fine. I'll allow you for that with
Okay.
your acrobatics or your athletics or whatever.
That was a 4, yeah, but
I'm not. This isn't like Dimension
well,
20.
to be fair, my acrobatics was not to get down there. My acrobatics was to
To help me.
catch
Yeah.
you. So basically, I get down there elegantly, and then I go.
I'm not Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'm not going to punish you for trying to jump on a table, okay? You know what you did. So recently watched Fantasy High again, and someone tried to jump up onto a table, and everyone's like, "No! Everyone's
Anyway.
going to fail."
Anyway.
Yes, sorry. You follow down.
Mhm.
Mist is on the floor. Obviously bruised. The deck down here has a few crates, chests and things, and a lot of empty
I can
hammocks.
see.
What's going on down here?
Oh no, don't mind me, don't mind me. I'm just. I'm fine. Totally. What's up, guys?
I think I approach you and try and like help you up in as sort of nice a way as
Oh
I
my
can.
life, oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Could you roll a d20 for me? If you roll a 1, your mask falls off.
Oh.
Nice, a 2.
So it's like a...
Don't
look at me!
You need to get rid of those dice. Those are
Like
Terrible size.
one loses a bit like, oh shit.
If you want to guess what's underneath Mist's mask, by the way, do it.
my guess is another mask. That's my
Nothing.
yeah. My green secret. Yeah.
That's why they sound like a
They
Murloc
do
when they're talking.
really, really well during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
do you
no
mean?
nose, no mouth.
That
no,
doesn't
no, no,
protect them
nothing.
from you.
Oh, it's pure
It
air.
protects you from them. Technically. The deck.
Point still stands. Anyway.
The deck underneath, by the way, is now completely. There's nothing there. This is the creaking of the deck, and that sense of frustration and anger and everything is gone.
Huh. Cool.
But you notice there are chests down here.
Worth it. Let's go, guys.
There you go. You loot them chests.
I'm looting them
Gonna
cheese.
loot them chests.
Right. What was all the commotion we heard?
Oh, I was taking some flying lessons down here. Oh, you were serious? Oh, you. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Like you know. Exactly.
What we didn't see.
I don't know. I just went down here because I was just thinking maybe there was something to loot. Obviously there is. Haha, sweet. But I could have sworn I was being thrown around by people, but there was no one here, and it smelled really bad. And all of a sudden it just stopped when you got here. But well, at least I hit something,
So,
so that was okay.
we may have seen someone at the helm.
Yes. When I approached the helm before, I was blown back by a barking of sorts. But then we should maybe bring that back to more of a mooing, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct thing to say for a Minotaur person, but the captain here.
Captain?
Yes, do you see the hat?
Yeah, I knew there was a captain's hat, but
Yeah, so apparently this is the captain.
I guess.
oh wow, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far they're doing a great job. So that's yeah.
Wow, really, you saying? Well done, Caspian. Would you mind if I just go loot? No, of course you don't.
While they're talking, I go and loot the stuff.
This is not Divinity 2, okay?
That is my usual
I'm not
role.
I
going to
mean,
tell me while looting though, just saying.
We
'cause I'm
should
like, "Oh,
probably
my
check
God."
the contents of these boxes anyway, I suppose.
May
Also,
I
it'd
check
be
the
nice
contents?
to see if they've got any, like, I don't know, hammocks, beds of some sort.
I mean, there's hammocks all over the place.
oh,
They're all
good.
empty, worn, and
Smelly.
smell like someone died in them.
No hammocks, not banana hammocks. It's
I know what it
Sorry,
says.
sorry.
Any excuse for you to say banana hammock.
I mean,
only banana hammocks. Still this on board.
I'm in my own private hell, and it involves a D20. Okay.
but can we see
every-
anything down there now? It's probably still. There's probably some light coming down because they opened.
Here's the weird thing. Even with the hatch open or closed, you notice now that these two have come down with you. Maybe it's just the captain. But the entirety of the underdeck now has a lot more light. Maybe your eyes have adjusted, but it felt like, by comparison, when you first came down here, it was a lot darker.
There's a glory over
And
the
it's
captain.
it's not as cold either. It was very cold before. You could see your breath
Yeah.
coming out. I need to correct something, by the way, when I said that the figure that you saw, their clothes were like thousands of years old. Let's say 100. Because I just checked
Sounds
I want to keep
better.
this as canonical
Yeah,
as
and
possible.
1,000 would probably be way beyond Caspian's scope of fashion.
It's pre-spell plague.
And
Okay.
also, you have to know this very well because you know clothes. So it's very important.
It's
that
very
you get
important,
this
apparently.
exactly correct.
Caspian is a fashion icon.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Artisan
Okay.
Caspian.
The cat comes out of the darkness and bites you.
Yeah, Eve San Caspian. Yes, yes, sorry. No.
You want us to roll for something?
Yes, please.
Just
Who?
roll.
All of us?
Yes,
Just
you're
a
you're
D20?
looting, so
I'm
investigation.
changing
And
the dice. to keep it
investigation.
works.
See.
Did it work?
I'm
It
not the
did
one
not.
shaking the table. You guys are
What'd you
shaking.
get?
Today is not my day.
Yeah, I got 7, so.
I'm gonna.
I got
You know
three.
what? Hang
Plus your
on.
investigation, which is zero.
What is it?
Kina.
Investigation? Oh no.
Kina,
zero.
I'm just gonna.
You actually made a banana.
Where are we? Kina. I'm just gonna give you a Timora's Blessing upgrade. So you get to re-roll it.
You sure you want me to?
I just want you to have something out of this game apart from, like, you know.
Flying lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 15.
Oh,
It did. The blessing
better.
worked, guys. I'm like,
Perfect.
Very good, very good.
I only had 10.
except
so.
flying. I
7.
did enjoy the flying lesson, though. Honestly,
So,
nice.
Mist's abilities when it comes to looting are evident.
Hmm.
They are avoiding the stuff that looks like it just has socks in it, or if you've played Skyrim too much, bone gruel or whatever it is,
Ashes.
The bone dust as
Bone-
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
or like wheels of cheese for no reason at all.
Wheels of Cheese was a much better series than Wheel
Dead
of Time.
skeevers inside a giant. What's that about? Well, desperate giant. So you went for the good stuff. However, I'm going to need you to do a sleight of hand check with thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Being a rogue, I think you're proficient in them.
Yeah.
Even as you get your
Sleight of
proficiency
hand, yeah.
bonus. Gary, you just find the cat.
Yay! Can I scratch that kitty one more time?
Of course you can scratch that kitty. It seems to like you a lot now.
He's gonna
Yay.
scratch that kitty out of this world.
16.
16?
Yep.
Perfect. So you actually find a chest. And when you crack that baby open, you find the first written medium you found on the ship. It's a book. It's a little thing. And a lot of the pages are worn thin. Except for the last page, which reads, "Ship's gonna need a new name." Now, here's the weirdest bit. The rest of it is all faded ink, but this looks like it was written yesterday.
Do they show it to the rest of us?
It's a good question. But while that's going on, what you find... You don't find any items. Oh, that's a lie. Actually, you do. Or rather, you don't find it. It finds you. You are looking through another coffer, like a small chest, with a rusted padlock that just snaps off really quickly. Inside it, you just find mostly what you've been finding are spare items of clothing that have just they're worn through, they're rotten, they're useless, right? But when you stand up, you are face to face with the figure that you saw holding onto her shoulder. And up close, the part of its face which isn't bone, which hasn't been entropied by undeath, this guy was young, probably handsome at some point, and his eye is complete, and it is looking at you with a familiar sense of wonder. You're not as scared as you were before. There was something in that side of its face which has a certain sorrow about it, but also hope. And it hands you in a hand which has parts missing where you can actually see the bones moving through meat. A spyglass.
You'll be needing this, Captain. Hard winds ahead, but something missing.
He offers you the spyglass.
Cassian accepts.
I'll be at your service.
He steps backwards, and just like before, his form, almost apologetically, again, just falls into the shadows. He gets darker until all of those elements of his face just fall apart. You found the cat, and the cat is now on your shoulder.
I knew how we put animal handling as a proficiency for a reason.
Not doing like a bird, but doing the cat instead. You know.
I'll talk to you afterwards, but you've got a friend now.
Oh, so this is my little companion.
Familiar.
I'm so
But
happy.
without going into details, each of you have been gifted with something. Buy something.
Oh.
And I'll get back to you about that for the next time. But yeah, do you want to... You find this journal. What do you want to do with it? I swear to God, if you do nothing...
Putting it in my pocket.
When you're
No,
putting it in
no.
your pocket, you feel like a dozen hands on your shoulder, like, do it, I freaking dare you.
Okay, up it goes. I guess I'll show it.
Fucking rogues, man.
You know, I want everything
I
for
might be able to
myself.
Cassian's walking over to you and just saying, so,
Nope, show.
you know that individual who grasped your shoulder earlier?
Oh yeah, that incident, yes.
I just saw him again. And he told me that we'd be needing this. And he shows them the spyglass.
Huh. I just found this book. And like if you can see the text here, the text like it's just nothing important, but I thought the last page was a little odd. Like, see, it says,
That looks a lot newer.
yeah. I don't understand how anyone could write anything down here though, but sure. What do you think? Should we name the ship? I don't know.
I suppose we should.
Do you really want the ship? Or what do you say, Captain?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh man.
I don't really feel like we have much of a choice here. Where's Haldy?
We cut to Halvey, who is currently in the crow's nest, looking down, going, "It's fucking haunted. The whole fucking shit is haunted." And before we cut away from her, she turns around to see an undead crow, or an albatross, in the crow's nest, and goes, "Yeah, I know, right?" And then you hear her screaming, or them screaming from higher up.
Well, at least they're still alive.
Sounds fine.
I'm not that bad. They don't
A
fall.
knife and a cat. And a spyglass. Yes.
Good combo.
I actually have a little spyglass over there. I should have
nice.
brought it over.
Some self-preservation instinct. Person to be with in a zombie horror movie, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do hear Aldi upstairs going, "Guys, I think this whole place is really haunted. There's an albatross talking to." Are you an albatross? Wow, I never. It's a freaking
Can you hear
albatross.
I think they're saying something about haunted.
It's fine.
It's indecipherable. That could be the boat. We could be the indecipherable.
That's a terrible name, Harold.
It's not
Is
my
there any
strong suit.
food here, though?
Are you wearing the hat?
Yeah. He's not taking it off.
You hear a bell.
Did you perchance hear that?
Did we?
What? Hang on. Let me test this. I grab Errol's shoulder again.
The bells, the bells.
The bells are ringing.
Have you gone mad?
And then
Yeah, we make a chain. I think
Great,
we'll
yeah,
add
I
to your
grasp
shoulder.
I grasp onto Mist as well.
Well, I've gone mad.
Just, Mist probably knows this from just training, but this ship has no boats. No life rafts. You're stuck with them.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Just
Is
jump
there
in the
still a bell
water.
ringing?
Yes. It
Do
sounds
they
like
hear it now?
it's a crystal sound, like a tinkle, but there's a certain flaw to it, like it's cracked. But it's coming back from the captain's room.
I
we
guess
head over
we're
there?
going
I
up.
suppose we'll. Yeah.
Can I just like, because I want to be the first one out, because I've had a lot of trauma down here, you know. So I'm just like grabbing onto all it and just climbing up towards him.
Yeah,
and
sure. A lot
Look
of
at the cat here
trauma.
and you here.
Yeah, like yeah, okay, I'm going up now. Don't bother with like
Like a
ladder.
lot of trauma, which is like it's convenient now. I just love the way you thought. Okay, trauma second, first loot.
Yes.
Small
Exactly.
bell.
It's the concept.
Sometimes you have to wait with the PTSD. Hello.
It's a pretty decent bell.
That is like Big Ben Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a small tinkle bell.
The kitty came
Sorry.
up to say
Oh!
hello.
We have a
Kitty
kitty
squishes.
cat. There
Kitty
is a
Miss
kitty
Maximus.
cat.
Use your animal handling.
Yes, exactly.
Flint.
That's three. Don't bite
Attack.
me.
Plant.
Oh, everyone, seriously, I can't. ADHD, safe.
Hello. He does like my
game, everyone?
stuff. Hello.
Watch out, he might do sniffy snips on your camera.
Yeah, steal the
like,
show as
like
usual.
last time.
Oh no. The horror.
Yeah,
I know you
cat.
want to see it.
Oh.
Okay, but yeah, we're probably. I don't think we can do anything, but sure, we can do stuff. I will be fine.
So you go there first.
Yes.
I'll
Above
follow.
you can see
also.
Haldy is just desperately
Here
trying
comes
to.
the tail.
Oh, periscope tail.
No.
No.
Oh,
Flint.
oh,
Flint.
good
Definitely
boy.
Boy.
Oh, not coming in to get it.
No.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There
Down.
we go.
Down. I said this stream is officially scuffed.
Oh no.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, that's the best way out. Back the way you came. Yes.
They'll be back in greater numbers.
Feline intelligence.
Yes.
Some say
Yes,
because
yes, again.
oh.
Harry, you became quite hairy there.
Yes, yes.
There was
It
a
very-
Feel the beer.
It was like being
Brush
at the
with a
Copacabana
feline.
again.
So anyway,
Anyway.
Yeah.
thanks, Flynn. So look in his paws.
So happy.
You get there first.
Yeah.
Burst through the door. Trying to, you get you do notice that Haldy is desperately trying to get down the rigging from the thing there. A little help.
Harold, maybe you could.
I'm a large help. So yes, okay, I'll go and help.
Yes, you go help.
Hallie.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna need an acrobatics check from you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm okay for acrobatics actually. 10.
Do you have a
That
better-
is better than what I would have probably done. Let's face
I have a
it.
+2, but I roll
Oh,
an
I
8.
also have
You-
+2.
You help. Little. You
Well,
actually.
that's what they asked for.
I
a
know.
little.
A little help.
But it's like you're almost just slowing them down. at the same
Fuck.
time, and there's this awkward
Step there.
exchange
Yes,
of
yes. No, not there. Go there. No,
Yes,
not that.
you know,
Yeah.
There's one direction to go. Yes, but you could do it better.
is it moral support you give them? Is that why it's so crap?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was within my skill set, I would just set him to let go, and I'd try and catch him at the bottom. Then that's a strength test. I mean, they're much better. In fact, it would have been an 11. He would have died. So,
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do fall damage. No one understands fall damage in this game.
No.
So I did once, but then I got drunk. So you get first into the captain's room, and there is food. There are you don't know where it came from, but there is silver, or rather very clean and silvered candle holders, lit, and
Unlight them using prestidigitation. That's the important thing. Yeah, sorry.
and there's food. There are there seems to be roast hog. There are vegetables, trenchers full of stewed meat, way more than you might need, and not a person in sight.
I just gotta say, like, because I still do not believe in ghosts, obviously. So I'm just thinking, like, great job, Caspian! My God, you got some magical hands there.
Caspian just walks into the in through the door. Is like, well, I do try my best.
Yeah,
So impressed, oh my God.
Miss-
Going on to the food.
this doesn't see it, but you know that Minotaur from before? Yeah, it's actually, I swear to God, it's got a what do you call it?
Is he dressed up like a butler?
There's like a butler vibe about him. But it's not like your typical butler with the tux or anything. It's just they've tried to... Am I really going into
Yes.
Our flag means death? Yeah, fuck it. So they seem to have tried to try harder. And they've got like this coat on that they've got it from somewhere, and a white cloth over the left arm. But you're fairly sure they don't know what that's for. So they're just standing there by the table. Like, you see that. You two just get, like, a bit colder when you're near it, when your breath comes out.
Right.
But yeah, the food.
Well, food.
Oh yes, I'm going for it.
Yeah,
Oh
I'll eat
God,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah.
I realize
Jeez,
how
guys.
hungry I am.
Tuck in.
Yeah.
You can magic, right? You magic.
Yes.
Give me an arcane test.
Oh dear.
Part the ship, part the crew.
Ooh, that is a 15 plus Arcana. 19.
19. Knowing your background, I would say that you're familiar with this spell. A spell has been cast to create this food.
Hero's Feast. This is quite advanced magic.
There's one other detail that you've just noticed because of the roll you had. The captain's chair is back up on its sitting position, and the skeleton's gone.
Well, I suppose Hat's made its decision.
Haldy comes bursting in through the door. Did I smell food? Mm. Don't eat it all, you brute. Actually, just
How are you, Ben? Join us.
get a big ass trencher like.
I've got a whole turkey leg. Just, yeah.
The whole hog?
Don't make that the emoji. Like, don't make that the emoji. Sorry, that's not the one I want immortalized. Okay.
Oh, are you kidding me? I just went like that.
I've got other social media platforms for that.
Fine.
Do you?
My OnlyFans. No, I don't. But I should.
Only fiends.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
See, that's what they say
yeah,
about
Caspian's
tieflings.
gonna
Hello.
kind of slightly reluctantly walk over to the captain's chair and sit down. There's nothing.
Here? No. No.
You get. You do not feel any different. But
Odin, can you take the cat off me? God damn it.
Oh, I thought you meant in the RP. There we go, sorry. This one?
Just get it away.
you do sense this place just got a little less scary.
I suppose a toast is in order. Yeah. So, to food, I guess, and I suppose we're a newly assembled crew. I need to find a name for this ship.
True.
But I don't think we need to do so immediately. We can have a think on it, can't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
To the captain.
to the crew.
To the food.
And as the ship, the yet unnamed mysterious vessel, takes you closer to the next step on your journey towards Mintan, the last place you would probably want to be, but the one place you need to be, pursued, it seems, yet still by the Black Caldera Company for some reason. We're going to leave this episode with a bit more of a safer place than last, but with the eerie sound of ghostly, piratical melodies. You got any of those on the...
We can certainly try.
Hey, up she rises.
Not really, but I suppose this'll have to do.
Yes.
So yeah.
I will leave one thing though. The knife that you had,
Mhm.
it had blood on it.
Hmm.
And that's where we'll end it. No, you don't get a level. You haven't earned it yet.
No, that's fine. That's
I thought
fine.
we were leveling each episode.
Mm.
I did fight.
A ghost
We got
ship.
amazing dice.
Where
Can I
It's
get
safer.
can I get a rest at least to get
Oh, we
my
should have
health?
done a toast to the ghosts.
But I don't
True.
believe
That
in
was
the
those.
kitties.
And to the
Yeah.
kitty.
Or the
Can
kitty
I'm
dog.
gonna just be a little greedy and add one last bit.
Okay.
Just behind the ship, on a weird raft of some kind, with lots of trinkets, odds and ends, we see a rather dashing fellow adjusting its monocle, eyeing up its next potential customers. And that's where we end. Does anyone want to say anything before we say goodbye to everyone?
Thank you so much for watching. And can't wait till next time.
I got work to do. haven't I?
everyone.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's gonna be 2 weeks again, is it?
Yes.
Just gonna
Because it wasn't next.
No, it's
the one after.
yeah, it's the weekend around
26th
the
of
7th or 8th of
February.
March or something. So
Yes.
yeah, so that one's fine.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
We were serious about the NPC thing. If you have 50,000 channel points and you want to add NPC to the game, obviously within reason.
Yes.
All right, but if you want to do it, you might as well. Those channel points are easy to get. Just gotta hang around.
Thanks for watching. And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Same time, same place. So until then,
Say the words.
are you ready to answer the call? Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hoist the sails, the tides are returning. Azimuth circle will carry me home. Raise the anchor, the currents are churning. Humbly slumbers under the foam. Let the ocean spray make everything glisten. Azimuth, will you not carry me home? A spindrift augurs the song.